Why, yes. This isn't where we were last time. So, Streamlabs, I don't know if Streamlabs crashed my PC or my PC was just crashing at the time. But, yeah, that happened. We lost an entire episode. We didn't make any progress, though, so, I'm not too bummed about it. Also, I want to make a statement. Anything I say in this series, at Bennett's expense or at the game's expense, is really done in the heat of the moment. Hell, I had a lot of harsh words for Hollow Knight along the lines of never playing it again, and that's not the truth. Because Hollow Knight is one of my favorite games. It pissed me off, but at the end of the day, I loved it to death. Nope. And like I said before, maybe this game's going to come to a satisfying conclusion. Maybe I'm going to look back on this game and say, hey, yes, I got really frustrated at it in the moment, but looking back on it, that was a rewarding experience. Maybe I'll play it again someday. I doubt it, but you know. Anything I rant about in pretty much any game I play. Well, God damn it. Anything I rant about in really any given game is really in the heat of the moment. You know, I wouldn't be too pissed off about going back down there, because it'd be another instance of, hey, I have to start over, and it'll get me reacquainted with the controls. I'd rather not, but you know, it wouldn't be too big of an issue. But like, it's funny, like at the end of the first episode, like that reaction was genuine. That pain, frustration, anger, and sadness, that was genuine. Everything, all of my reactions have been genuine. All of the frustration has been genuine. But like, at the moment, going back down there doesn't seem too bad of a thing, because I know I can get over it again. I know I can get back up it.
Oh, no.
Son of a bitch. Yet again, I'd rather not go back down there, but if it happens, it happens. And all I can do is just get back up. It's gonna be frustrating to have to do it again, but why can't I do this? It's gravitating me back down into the pit. Okay. I knew it was gonna happen. Yeah. But hey, it's fine. I'll get myself reacquainted with the controls this way. And that's fine. Because at the end of the day, it's just getting over it. Also, I doubt Bennett's watching this, but I want to apologize for all the harsh things I've said. Because people have really put Bennett's train of thought into perspective and really explained it when I myself was just too frustrated to really understand what the point of all this was. You equate it's really how things have progressed, as like colloquially that trash is equated with bad. It's trash is a bad thing. It's something you don't want, so you throw it away. But that's not really the point. Like, but he could have used a better word than trash, but I understand what he means. It's it's forgotten and disposed of. And this mountain is a testament to that. All of these assets were forgotten, disposed of. No one was using them. This is literally a mountain of trash. Oh, come on. Still hate this part. As much as I know I can get up it, still hate it. And I hate the construction site too, as much as I know I can get up it. It's just frustrating that I have to do it again. But I don't want that frustration to dictate, A, my emotions, B, like, the feel of this channel. I've always wanted this channel to be a place of positivity. And if I'm introducing too much negativity into that, sure it's fun to rant and scream. Sure it's fun to rage, but I don't want the negativity to really control the feel of this channel. I've raged at games before. It's happened before. It's going to happen again. Meh. Like hell, I rage at games I love. No More Heroes, No More Heroes 2, I raged at those games. Because there are points in games that are frustrating. This game sets out to be frustrating, and it's achieved that. And I think I really ought to give it the merit that it deserves for being a frustrating experience that, hell, maybe some people would be turned off by. Some people would say, no, this is not a game I want in my life. Some people went one episode of namely the grumpy gamers, went one episode of this. Then we're like, nope, just flat out. But they also went like 3 episodes of Hollow Knight, got lost, blamed the game, and you know. So I don't really consider Game Grumps the pinnacle of like gameplay people. Honestly, if I had to judge the best, like, gameplay channels, best is subjective, but I think on a merit of, like, you know, how good are they at the game they're playing, and how concise are they with what they're doing and saying. I'd have to say the best gameplay channel is Chugga Conroy, because he completes the games he sets out to play. He does it methodically. He gives you literally everything about the game. He plays it and he beats it as, I'd say, optimally as possible. And he always has and despite me having not watched him in a while, because he's been playing Xenoblade 2 for the past, like, 2 years. He always tackles it with a lot of positivity, and I always... If there's one thing I can appreciate in YouTubers, it's positivity. That's what I want to aspire to. Just a positive space of happiness. Even if I'm raging, I want it to be never taken too seriously. Just because I'm just having fun. And yeah, part of that fun is the high emotions. If I didn't care, I wouldn't be having those emotions. But I do care. I care about doing this. I care about these games. I care about having these experiences. I care that I'm creating content for people to enjoy. I care that people are enjoying the content. if I didn't care, I wouldn't have a reaction. I'd be silent. I'd be sullen. I'd just be like, this is not fun, so I don't want to participate in it. I don't want to give it the honor of have me have a reaction. Because if something can get to me, then that means it means something, you know? And I think that's another thing, like, about this whole trash philosophy that Bennett's been going on. I tended to equate trash with, like, bad until like him saying, like, I forgot what he said. It was something on the orange. It was something on the Orange Hill. Something about trash doesn't need to be unapproachable. Oh, good lord. But I've been taking too much of a black and white look at that philosophy. It's not that trash is good or bad. It's that it's to the general public, trash is something that's disposable. It's not that it loses any meaning. It's just that it's disposed, and that's where the interesting philosophy of this game comes in. That trash isn't a bad thing, even though colloquially trash is typically associated with bad. That trash is something to be reviled and gotten rid of. But Bennett seems to have a completely opposite look at it. That at any point in time, everything is trash. It's a strange philosophy, but I understand it. That at any point in time, something is both equally fresh and trash. It just becomes trash once it's been consumed, and you move on to the next thing. It's not a matter of bad or good. It's a matter of okay, we're gonna sit here. Okay, we're back down here. Okay. It's fine. It's totally cool. It's fine. I'm fine with it. I genuinely am. But, like, is this philosophy of I don't know how to explain it, but you guys have really been letting me know, telling me all the news about hey, you really misunderstood what Bennett was saying, and I completely get that, and I'm willing to admit that I did. He's not saying that once some media's been consumed, it's immediately trash. He's not saying that the internet as a whole can only produce trash. Trash is just something that's disposable, is just a byproduct of something existing. Ah! And this mountain itself, all of these assets were abandoned. This mountain is a mountain of metaphorical trash. And in creating Getting Over It, Bennett has given that trash new life. And I really appreciate the thought of it. Like, coming to understand what this game and its themes and its meaning is, I really have to apologize. Not only to Bennett, but to pretty much anyone who I may have upset with my angry tirades. I don't want this channel to be a place of negativity. Even if I'm raging, even if I'm ranting, I want the raging and ranting to all be in good fun and just part of the experience, but not full-on negativity. I don't want that in my life. And I don't want it to be part of my channel, because people come around and maybe they watch one of these videos and see that I'm just spilling more negativity into the world. I don't want that to be what people think of me. I don't want that to be the image of me that I'm putting out on the internet, you know? I want to be someone who people know as maybe a bit of a weirdo, but you know, a overall good person, someone welcoming and warm and accepting. Even if I'm ranting and raging at the latest angry point in a video game, I don't want that to define me. I just want it to be part of the experience, because you gotta have a range of emotions if you're going to enjoy life to its fullest. You gotta be one with your feelings, but not let them control you. You know? You accept your feelings, but let your feelings be just part of you rather than the thing that's controlling you. Fuck. Oh no! Huh. Well. Wow, we're back here. Oh, hey, there's the coffee. I wonder how far I can launch myself. And see, that's another thing. Like, back in like episodes 1 and 2, I was thinking there's no feedback loop for this game, but I am getting better at it. Come on, launch myself. Just in the frustration of the moment, I wasn't able to see it. Heck. Come on, I want to launch myself. I'm back here. I'm back on top of this thing. When am I going to get a chance to do this again? Or at least try it. And we're going to poo. That didn't do anything. Oh well. See, it's not a big deal, honestly. Back when I was still trying to figure out the controls, yeah, it was a big deal, because getting up that very short amount, this really short distance, felt like a fucking century, because I didn't understand the controls very well. I hadn't been past that point, so getting thrown back down to the bottom was painful, but now it's just like it's just part of the game. Ugh. See, that reaction. Good lord. The frustration is real, but that reaction, like at the end of the first episode, yeah, that was real, but considering this game's theming, even now, as I'm still creating this series, that reaction is proverbial trash. The people who are probably at this point now have watched that episode and they've moved on to this episode. That episode is now trash in the internet's recycle bin. And hey, maybe it can be recycled. that's the theme of this game, recycling. I think. I think it's the... Whoa. Okay. That's new. I think it's this theme of digital recycling, because, like, yeah, that episode now is part of the proverbial internet trash pile, or recycling bin, or whatever you want to say. But it doesn't need to be trash. It can be recycled. Someone can take that video and just clip it down to, like, however much of the video was the best parts in their eyes. And that's this concept of digital recycling. And I think that's what Bennett means. Not that everything on the internet is devalued once it stops being new, but that even trash... Oh, okay. But even trash has its place. It can be recycled. And yeah, sure, like I believe that despite nothing on the internet being despite agreeing that yeah, nothing on the internet stays fresh for very long, it has its place. It has a purpose. In the moment, that purpose can indeed inspire people to create. In that moment, it's something wonderful, something that people will probably remember. If it's something that impacts them, it's something that's valid, that's important. I think that's I believe that's the internet's greatest strength. Exposing people to stuff that will inspire them to create and you know, give them something to hold, give them things, ideas, concepts, art. Ooh. No. Okay. Music, videos, live action shorts, live action short films, animated short films, and all of that can create just it means something, you know? Yeah, that's where I got caught up on this notion of trash, because I thought with what Bennett was saying was, well, after media is consumed, it loses all meaning. But that's literally against the message of this game. This game is about giving meaning to the stuff in the internet's recycling bin. About saying that despite not being fresh anymore, it still has meaning, and that is a beautiful thing. And I severely apologize for misinterpreting and undercutting that moral. And I gotta thank all of my wonderful commenters that wanted to chime in and say, "Hey, you really twisted Bennett's words." I did, and I really do apologize for that. at its core, this game's message is that, at least what I'm understanding is that the game's message is, whether or not something is fresh doesn't mean it doesn't have meaning. Trash doesn't need to be a bad thing. Trash doesn't need to be unapproachable. And I think even he said something about watching this on, like, YouTube or Twitch or whatever was valid too, because that's just a form of consuming this. Something along those lines. Okay. I'm gonna try, because I saw this tech where this one guy, like, bounced himself up here and then swung up with his hammer because he was elevated, because he was slightly elevated enough to swing up there that way. But I think that's actually going to get me in trouble more than anything. So this obstacle is called Orange Hell by the community. And it's understandable because it's the most sheer vertical climb in the game. You don't need to bounce. You don't need to bounce. Just calm and relax. That's honestly, I'm going to try and keep everything calm. Yes, repetition is the worst thing. Like, that's really what's been getting me about this game. Just the intense amounts of repetition I've had to go through. Because I've been not thinking about the game. I've been not really thinking about the gameplay loop. Yes, I understand the basic principle is the hammerhead wants to go where the reticle is, and will go there in its quickest, shortest route. It will take the quickest, straightest, fastest line it can do to get there. And I haven't really been. And the physics of it, like, I stand by it. This game's controls are unintuitive. But that doesn't mean they're random. That doesn't mean they're inherently bad. It's just that they are unfriendly and don't really. The game doesn't tell you how the hammerhead works. Just kind of have to figure it out yourself, or have people say, "Hey, here's how the physics actually work." I think to some extent, like, I don't know, like Bennett said, he built this game to not to be overcome. And maybe I'm misinterpreting that too. He built it on this principle of obstacles that are meant to be overcome are not actual obstacles or something. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that, because I big time have been misinterpreting Bennett, and again, I apologize for it. I really do. It's not cool of me to call him out. It's not the me that I want to be replicating and reproducing for people to watch online. I want this to be entertaining, fun, and harmless. And good, and most importantly, good-spirited, good vibes. I want good vibes. I don't want bad vibes. I don't want to be calling someone out for their philosophy. And yeah, I said that he's... Even when I was disagreeing, misinterpreting... Son of a bitch! Misinterpreting and getting angry. I said he's more than welcome to have that, even have his philosophy, even if at the time I disagreed with what I thought he was saying. I'm more than willing to admit when I'm wrong. I just don't want to. I just don't want to come off as I'm, you know. Heck. And another thing I want to do with this game is be more calm. I don't need rage in my life. I want to take this calmly, and I want to overcome it. Not by just flailing randomly. I want to think, because this game does punish you for getting angry. It's designed to punish frustration. Because when you get frustrated, you start thinking that you have full control of where the hammerhead is. But you never do. You have control of where the hammerhead is going. And you gotta remember that. So you gotta stay calm and tackle each obstacle one at a time. And be calm about it. And yeah, I'm and another thing I was wrong about is that there is no feedback loop. It's more the fact that the feedback loop is so esoteric. It's more you feel it than you can explain it. And where I was coming from was just the fact that you can't, until you have a different feel for a different method of approach for an obstacle, you don't know what you're doing wrong, and you don't know how to fix it. I don't want to say it's trial and error, but it's like, it's more it rewards experimentation. If that's a better way to put it. It rewards patience and figuring out what works. Yeah, I know I've been talking about this for a little while, but I just feel bad about it, you know? I don't want to be putting negativity into the world. There's already enough negativity on YouTube to if we could make a negativity battery, we'd power Wakanda or something. Very least. Getting up there is... I genuinely don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, I think this is just one of the examples of Bennett's obstacles that aren't meant to be... Fuck! Obstacles that aren't meant to be overcome, but you gotta overcome them anyway. Like, that actually is something that I still do disagree with him about. Obstacles are no less obstacles if you are meant to figure out how to overcome them. Because, I mean, come on, Bennett. Sure, maybe you didn't design the obstacles with how to overcome them in mind, but as you played them, you must have understood that yes, you can overcome this. You in the back of your you must have been like while playtesting this, it must have been a matter of like you got to make sure that the game isn't unwinnable, you know? So, to some extent, I don't think that in a video game there can be an obstacle that isn't meant to be overcome, because in playtesting, to make sure that the game can be beat, you make sure that the obstacle can be overcome. And maybe designing it with without that intention, and then just making sure that it can be beat, that you can get past the obstacle, is in its own is sort of in a class of its own, I guess. But you know, in playtesting it, you make sure that it can be beat. It takes away that validity of I didn't design this to be beaten, because you did. You made sure in playing it that the game can be beat. Okay. Furniture realm is not that difficult. Just need to be concise with my movement, steady, and... ooh. Steady and methodical. Okay. As long as we've got an angle, as long as we got a single vertical of the hammerhead on a ledge, we can get up it. We don't need to overreact. The entire hammerhead does not need to be on an obstacle for us to progress. As long as we've got at least a corner of it, we can pull ourselves in. Okay. But yeah. Really, all this to say, I'm trying to take a calmer approach to this. I don't need like rage is fun, but rage is fun to the point where it becomes just negativity. Okay, that's not gonna get it. Don't push! Don't push, okay? Just relax. Just relax, okay? Just take it easy. We don't need to push. We don't need to fling. There's a way up there. There's a way up there and past that obstacle. It's a nightmare. That's why it's called. That's why the community has dubbed it Orange Hell. Oh my god. Like I've said before, I just don't want to be. I just don't want to be in the play place. I just don't want to. I just don't want to be in family IKEA furniture area. You think that this play place actually exists somewhere? You think this is like a 3D model of some defunct, like, of some defunct play place constructor place that was just like, oh, no one's buying our play places because children have like iPads. They don't want play places anymore. They want iPads. God damn it. And they went out of business because families aren't buying play places anymore. They're buying iPads. Fuck you, iPads. You put John Plastic Play Place out of business. How dare you, iPad? John Plastic Play Place had dreams. That's funny. There are recycled things on the there are recycled labels on the boxes that build this that build this recycled mountain. It's just like I said before. It's just that I didn't realize I was getting better at the game. Because at first I couldn't feel the feedback loop, but now I get it. It's just a matter of figuring it all out. Like 1 or 2 episodes ago, those stairs drove me crazy. But now I'm past them. I can get pretty consistently up to Furniture Realm. Maybe with a few slips, but it's less times now than it used to be. That's... You know, I'm coming to appreciate this game, actually, as weird as it sounds. Because I can feel and understand the feedback loop. Which I thought wasn't there before. Yes, the controls are esoteric. The controls aren't very... They work for what they want to do. They do exactly as they're intended to do. They're programming-wise, they're pretty great. But gameplay... Okay. But gameplay-wise, it's just such an unintuitive way to control swinging a hammer. It's like, would anyone ever say that QWOP is controlled intuitively? No, you're controlling someone's legs by controlling whether the muscles are contracting and which muscles are contracting, and you're doing that by pressing buttons on a keyboard that have nothing to do with each other on complete opposite ends of the keyboard. It's built to be frustrating and unintuitive. But if you can understand the feedback loop, which there is, as unintuitive as it is, and I'm not meaning unintuitive as bad, trust me. I'm just meaning unintuitive as literally something that could work in a simpler fashion. Like, if this game was just about controlling the hammerhead, it probably would be a much easier game. But that's not what this was going for. And honestly, at this point, I can appreciate that. It's weird how much once this game has sit in my mind, not only am I excited to get back to recording this game, but the more I understand it, the more I understand how the gameplay works, the more I actually kind of enjoy it. Yes, the repetition is hell. I hate falling back down to the play place. Okay. And of course, I would like it for the controls to be more intuitive, but it's going to feel so good once I get over this mountain. And don't worry, guys. Yes, while it is a matter of this was a stretch goal game and I'm obligated to beat it for that reason, more than anything now, I want to beat this game. With like the first 3 or 4 episodes, it was a matter of, oh no, I have to beat this game. Now it's more like, oh, okay, I have to beat this game, but more than that, I want to beat this game. Because it's strange. I honestly don't know if I would call this game fun. It's interesting, and it works as the creator intended it to. Okay. 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 This is as far as I've ever been. Hello, Pantherk. Okay. I really don't want to fall again. Pardon me, Pantherk. Yeah, pardon me. You. Okay. Get out from under the thumb hammer. Get out, get out. Okay. But yeah, You can't spook me with that. I knew a jump scare was going to happen there. Oh my god. Oh. Let's not fall back down now. Steady up here. Okay, steady, 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 steady. No need to rush.
It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber, designer and user. You could have refused, but you didn't. There was something in you that was hidden. You chose to continue.
Thank you, Bennett. Thank you. Thank you, Bennett. You believed in me all this time. You never abandoned me. You were just observing, waiting for me to do it because you knew I could. You believed in me, Bennett. Oh, good Lord, look at this. Look at this wonderful space. Look at this wonderful leeway. We are at a new precipice of wonders. No. Oh. Oh. Oh, it feels so good. Okay. Okay, you know what? It feels too good. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm ending the episode now. Thank you for believing in me, Bennett. Thank you for believing in me, everyone. I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna do it! Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm in a new place! Oh, I'm happy. But, yeah, I don't care that the episode's short. I wanna end this episode so Streamlabs doesn't have the opportunity to fuck this all up. Okay, as always, everyone, YouTube's algorithm is an evil robot overlord that can only be defeated when you like a video after you watch it. Subscribe if you haven't, ring the bell if you don't, touch your sub box and want action notifications, and leave a comment so we can save the world, and by that I mean this channel and help it grow despite the algorithm. I'll see you guys next time! Stay tuned!